Okay, so I'm going to sit back down, get back into the numbers. Sorry for that movement. Oh my God. You know, I usually, you know what? At one point, I was extremely silent. I don't always share every moment where I am. I think it's a bad habit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an adrenaline. You break yourself. So I lost the other people on the other channel by mistakenly. I canceled it. So, yeah, I just lost the other one just cut off. So where are we? So what happens? I forgot how it mentions how the zodiac signs mention. Yes, yes, this is where I was talking about. This is what happens. Hold on a second. I'm not really sure if I'm doing it right. There's many things, and this can be more hypothetical than anything else. Okay? I didn't do this right, but I'm going to accept it the way it is. What happens by installing a life, okay, with a moon inside of it? Your sixth birth between here and here at the seventh gate, adding the moon. By you being born, right? You see there's no gap here. Now you create a gap. The house of Mars is close together. So what happens? We expand out to the ends of the arms, picking up the extremity of our, let's call it the constellations, the 88 constellations, the 12 zodiacs inside the 12 zodiac signs. Now this one is going to be what Mars is. This one is now going to be what Earth is. What happens in that instant is that in small formation, it's going to look like this. This one is Mars. Mars gets separated. It opens up, okay? And you slip in the core inside of it. Is that what the cross comes in to slip in as the core? The cross is 6 and 1 when you slip it into the house. That's Rubik's Cube design. Earth has a donut hole. This one has a pin. This one's a pin, okay, and the electricity goes all on the outside. This can be a pipe where everything flows in the banks on the inside, the currency that flows inside your heart. And then all around your head, right, that with inside this zone, what happens, what I believe happens, is you see this dice cube, right? See this? It takes up 4 areas here, and then it moves to here, down to here, over to here, up to here. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, except what we're going to do is we're going to have, see these 2, right? We're going to have 3 of them, 2 of them, I think, moving all at the same time. Not just one of them, right? But it's going to have to be dimensional, because when I move this, if you take a look, you see the center one? The center one is always being used. The center one is always being used. Now we have to go by also the rules and the regulations. And the rules and the regulations coming from either in roulette. What happens in roulette is you can make a bet with a chip by connecting 1 number. You can make a bet with a chip by connecting 2 numbers. 1 number is 35 to 1. Call it the brother. Call it the hand of God as the brother. The hand of God. I'm just trying to think where I was with that. I lost myself. Wow, where was I with the brother? It's funny that the father, the mother, 2, 2, and 3. I'm just trying to think where I was with this. I was doing tic-tac-toe. Where was my design? How come my design all of a sudden disappeared? Oh yeah, it's on this side, yes. So what happens is Mars gets number 22, Earth gets number 33. So Mars is going to pick up its own number, right? 2 and 2 equals to 4, meaning it's the 4th planet. Earth is the 3rd planet, but it's going to pick up 33, right? What happens is I take these 4 corners, if I spread them apart and put a corner here, a corner here, a corner here, a corner here, I will create this area space for the cross to come in. On that cross, okay, is going to be 6 and 12 equaling to 18 high with 1 element turning it. It's going to be 19. It's going to be 19, which is going to be 18 and 1 equaling to 19, which is going to be 6 and 1 equals to 7 on the cross of Rubik's Cube. You know, when we're putting together something, you can't actually understand the full vision of something, right? We can't actually, I just can't imagine what it is. Can't you show me a picture about creation? No, I can only show you all the parts. This is the fairest of all biblical relations ever put together on this planet. A Bible never written. Something that is the most, it's crazy because it's crazy. You take a block and you put it into a hole and the child is happy. I see the block, I give the block a name, it tells me a story, okay? That's creation. Now, when we take all these creations, everything we've all learned together and you put it together, does it tell a story? I'm telling you, okay, I'm giving you my observation, okay, and going through the analytics to explain what can happen when we use the number 1. That it will look like the ace, because the ace in 3 or 4 languages, Aleph, and in different whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, but the A is the point of a pyramid. Because Mars is number 51, or V1 for Mars, and because Earth is 52 and V11, because the V letter is the 5th letter in the alphabet, where the V letter is the 22nd letter in the alphabet, the reverse of what is V is E. Okay, and I'm going back to what 22 is because Mars is 22. It's a 2 by 2 area space. 22 also relates to the word ape. Did you know that this simple calculation of A, B, C, D, right? A, B, C, D, and where we can create B, C, D, okay, where we can create A, C, D, where we can create A, B, D, where we can create A, B, C. And now what did we do? We have our star system connected to the life of our birth in the heaven's gate. And when I take that, I'm going to show it to you right here. You have to be the judge of whether anything makes sense at all. And we can go over it. We live in the house of Bait. The 1 must connect over to the 8 to create 9, right? I can't come over to the 9. I need to create 9. I need to go 1 and 8 is 9. My total house value, okay, my total house value is adding 1 through 9 equals to 45. But I can only connect 1 and 8 equals to 9, right? But the total from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equals to 36. Then what I do is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which equals to 44. I can't hold on to here and hold on to here at the same time. I have the perfect distance. I'm either holding here or I'm holding here. When I hold here, I hold 1 and I don't hold 9. When I hold here, I hold 9 and I don't hold 1. So when I start to count down and understand my numbers, this is the sequence I go through. And I do the same thing with A, B, C, D. When I have A, I don't have D. One side of the spectrum, the complete spectrum, the lower spectrum is A, B, C, D. The other spectrum is B, C, D, the 9 birth to the 6 life. Now, in order to get to the 6th life, it took these two over here. And it took C within D and B within D to create that 7th gate. This will be 2 and this will be 1. Where will you find that? Here is your 6 and 5. The opposite side is 1 and 2. What's missing? 1 in the center means there's 8 area spaces to dig. 2 on the outside, 7 area spaces to dig. We have 7 and 8 area space void. 7 and 8 together is for 15. It's going to be PH and GH. Hold on a second. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Get Dexter. Hop, 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 hop. You want to go downstairs? You want to go downstairs? Okay, cookie time. Everybody lined up for some cookies? Cookie time. It's cookie time. Come on, Ozzy. Everybody to sit down. Let's see if we can all watch. Whoop. Hold on a second. I lost my page here. Just want to see if I can put this here. Right. Just give me a second. I want to move my... Whoa. I just lost my... Let me move this all around. Just let me move this all around. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Whoa, everything's falling all over the place just to give some dogs a couple of cookies. Okay, little boys. Put my hand up and down on the floor. You put your hand up, sit please. And down on the floor. There you go. Ozzy, come here. Ozzy, come here. Ozzy, you have to go out of the way. Ozzy, here. Ozzy. Ozzy, sit. Hup, sit. Dexter, look at me in the eyes, give me a big hug and kiss, and write out my next essay. Here you go. That's it. You know, the cats. Let me see if I can get some water out of here. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to straighten out my camera when I sit down again. Whew. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, I'm coming down a little bit. You know, I was so inside my head. Okay, let's see. I have some comments that just popped up, so let me go through this. Yes, good dog, good dog. Hi, Norma Jean. Sounds good. Everyone needs to have love. Love is a 4-letter word. And like numbers 7 and 8, 7 and 8 only happens once. If it happens once, I like to regard it as under the divided sun. If it only happens once, I like to think it happens in the heaven's gate, which means here is the totality of 8. It happens in the divided area. Instead of 4 and 4, when this splits apart, it becomes 3, 1, 3 with 1 and 1 area free. Did I do that one right? 3, 6, yes. 1 area free, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1 is what it is. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. What it is because this area gets split apart, right? And you have to have the area moon. So you have your moon or your cube that when you come into here, you're plugging, right? Imagine if you take this and plug this together, right? That becomes 1. It's 2 items. It becomes 1. It's like putting the battery to start up the clock, right? The area space is there, but it's null and void. There's nothing there. You haven't plugged it in, you know? So, yes, so where are we going with this right now? So the area space, I'm just trying to remember what I was talking about. The 131, wow, I have to explain that. You need the area space for your heart. You need to come within the 2 worlds. You need to have the entry in Luna in these 2 worlds. So you, from 2 worlds, an even number, you now created the odd number. So I was talking about where Mars becomes the window. And Earth, I can't do this in Earth. The only thing I can do through Earth is put an X through it, because the law of the land of this square paper is the only thing I can do in an area space here is to do a sine wave, a moving, like electrical move, or a heartbeat in a single area space. Otherwise, I only can reach corner to corner. Because this is 2 by 2, because this is 3 by 3. Because Earth gets number 7, I have 2 lines, and it's the 9 birth life, and I got 9. Because Mars is an area that's divided, it creates a 2 by 2. There's no heart in the window. 8, 2 by 2, 8, 2 by 2, 4, sorry. 2 by 2 by 2, 8, 3 by 3 by 3, 27. 27 and 8, 35, it is the heart, okay, of Rubik's Cube. There are 27 area spaces, okay? If you have a room with 30 area spaces, you must save 27 area spaces to put the block, because one of the area spaces will be the control center, one controlling of the 27 area spaces. I don't know what that mathematical equation is. I spoke before as we are Sam, Sam and what Sam looks like. It also looks like a 5. It can be for a 6 or a 7. That's one of my beliefs, is what is happening when you look at an S, or you look at a 5, or you look at a 2, right? The S letter is 19. 3 of them is 57. It's the numeric value for the moon. It also is going to be related to the 12 female and the 13 male. The 12 female, okay, is going to be a plug-in to the male. The whole house plugs into that one singular, hold on a second. The entire house, right? See this area over here, right? Well, if we count 1 row, 2 rows, 3, 4, 5, we count 6 rows up to here, and we count 6 rows up to here. There are 6 rings around here. 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings. There are 6 of them. The first ring, you're going to have 8 around 1. Then it's going to be 16, 8 and 1. You remember 16 and 8? 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4, 8. Right over here. 8 and 16, 1 and 6 is 7. You remember we just spoke 7 and 8, because it's 1 and 2 that goes into 3, and 3 lives in the heavens of 8 at the 7th gate through the heart of creation, which is the egg and the sperm. But the egg and the sperm, although it's of this planet, okay, it's a communication network, okay, and it's a building block, okay. in order to build for the receiver of the machine that we are. On the 91st day of the year, it's April 1st, except in a leap year. And in a leap year, February 29th, which is noted to just be a day, let's call that day 1, or let's call that day 1461. Day 1 or 1461 is going to be February 29th. Where April 1st, okay, is going to be what used to be is the 91st day. April 1st will now be the 92nd day. So big deal, right? Big deal. When you have 1, you have split something in half. You have written down S and T. When it becomes the 92nd day, okay, it becomes on one side and the other side. The 1.5 is noted to be the lunar moon. We're going to look at it as our lunar moon. And the number 2 is going to be the moons of Mars. So when you shift over into the 92nd day because of the leap year, you have created a shift on April 1st. April 1st, what was the 91st day, and is also noted to be completion of 1 through 13. When you add up 1 through 13, it equals to 91. The 91 is equal to the word spirit. 91 or 19. They are going to have a great connection, okay, to number 18. They're going to lock up because the reduction, 2 reductions of 19, okay, becomes 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 9 is 19. So what you're doing is you're removing or you're adding to 1 an R, okay? You're adding 2 I's, an I and an I, a 9 and a 9. Adding them together creates an R. Now an R, okay, is going to create horizontal area space. And I'm using this terminology and reasoning because when you take out that thing, they call this 180. They call this the 90-degree angle. 90, just using the 90 before the word angle, and for some reason the L that they use equals to 12, right? It equals to 12, that I believe that it's 12 down, 6 across. I think that's the way the measure, or I don't remember, it's 9 down, 3 across, sorry. I think it's 9 and 3 to equal to that 12, because in base creation, okay, before it gets duplicated, it's all A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. As like what I was showing with the numbers, if I can find the calculator somewhere, here it is, right? See, when we created the house in 911, right? Nothing begins till this one over here. In the first house, the maximum you can get is 10 in your star. But in the second house, you end up with 12. And that's where you have to begin, because these two have to come together to create. So now it becomes your 3 with 9. But it's 2 wings. It's the lower house and the upper house. This here and this here. It's joined by this here. During the day, your joint is over here. So you go up this way, over this way, and into 7. This is 2 Tetris pieces coming together. You see this 4 area here, and then this 4 area here helps 3 join into 7. Right? Sorry, that would be when you're asleep. Right? That's when you're asleep. When you're awake, you're connecting here. So you're connecting here, here, here. Awake and asleep, you're connecting here, here, here. This is your way up to 7. When you do it the other way, right, you go here, over here, and here. That's another way of your sleeping, with 1 coming into 9. And your other way of sleeping is, hold on a second, I went here. Okay, is, wait a second, this went over to here, this went over to here. I think, did I get them right? Yeah, that's right. 15, 15, 20, 25, 11, 15, hold on, 7 and 15 is 22, 25, 25, 25, crossing. We're in the year 2025. When you create that crossing, look at it again. 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, 25. 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, 25. It created the H. 25, 25. When you do it the other way, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, you have 25. Right? Let me see. I do it this way, this way, this way. I just want to see, did I do that right? Just give me a second. I have to see the other way that I connect this. No, the other way goes like this. Sorry. Let me write this down. I have to look at this. It's been a while since I did this. We have this one over here with this one, 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 with this one. So what I did is I went up here, I went over here, and I went here. So I went 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, and then I went 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, so I did that. And now I need to use the 2, 5, and 8. So just give me a second to figure out what I did. 2, 5, and 8. How am I going to use the 2, 5, and 8? Just give me a second to calculate this. What would I do? I go 3 over to 6. 3 over to 6. Did I do that? No, I did that. No, I'm not going to go 3 over to 6. What didn't I use in the other one? What didn't I? Oh, I didn't use 2, 5, and 8. Okay, so 2, 5, and 8. Okay, I have to use 2, 5, and 8 because I didn't use it before. And then I have to use 1, 2, no, hold on a second. Yeah, I know it's a little boring not being able to see what I'm doing, but I have to show you this equation on how the numbers will equate between you being awake and you being asleep. And what it means is there's going to be an association of also any numeric value that goes along with it, with that story, be it that whatever sign it is. And to note, just like number 64 or 46, that if you see the 12th zodiac sign, you can also refer to it as the 3rd zodiac sign. If you see number 15, right, you can actually look at that as Gemini, right? Gemini seems to come out in Saturn, part of Saturn square. And I'm just trying to think of just give me a second, right? And to note that because we're in the house of Bait, right, our creation is going to be Gemini in Sagittarius. That will create your Pisces, and you're going to get Cancer with Scorpio to get your Pisces. Then you're going to get Leo is going to mix with Uranus, which is going to be Libra, okay, to get your Pisces. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go a double Virgo in order to get your Pisces. In order to get, that's how you associate numbers, right? The 1 and 2 number, the most the one can do, right, is go up to number 8. It can't go any higher. It can go up to number 9, but it can go up to number 9 through 8. And the 2 can only go up to 9 through 7, right? Through 7, because 9, 10, and 11, they're in those houses. The 1 and 9 will create the 10 along with the other 10s, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, right? And the 11 will be created with 9 and 2. But like I said, 1 and 2 will begin to create through 3. So your highest number will be 3 and 9, 12. Then you're going to go 4 and 9, 13, and that's the beginning of your creation, your 12 and 13, your bar mitzvah and your bat mitzvah. Norma Jean, okay, let me see. Yeah, sorry I missed it. Sorry I missed what you just said. Yes, so the other thing, yeah, yes, now I remember. I was a little lost, but I'm looking at this. So what happens is we have levels, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3. Let me just pick this one number out. Number 46 is actually two levels of 23. So we'll have 23, and then we'll have 23 and 23, which is 46. Now, when I do this, anytime I do a level, I ask myself, am I going to be connecting any sort of star to it? And I could. And anytime I connect a star, I'm going to use one variation of numbers. When I create the 10 star, right? When I create the 10 star, I will use the E5, right? I will pass through the E5. When I create the 9 star, okay, I'm going to use the 4.5. When I create the 11 star, right, I'm going to use the 5.5 Sky Pass instead of Fox headquarters, which is at 4.5. When I create the 7th gate, okay, I will be using, when I create the 7 star to 7th gate, I'm going to use 3.5, okay, in order to get through there. Then the upper gate of the 7th gate is the 13 star, in which that's actually us coming into the world. We squeeze the area space apart because it goes through us. Spiraling this way, the two ram's horns, right? Connected to the two ram's horns, possibly telling us it's spiraling this way, and then it's spiraling this way. But even though they're spiraling in the same direction, they're all meeting at the hips. We sleep at night on the 180-degree plane. We stand up on the 90 degrees. That's what I was just talking about, how this connects. But it's a two-part connection, and you can even see this when you start to study how people welding, all the jobs in the world, right? All these jobs in the world is the creator sharing exactly what it took, okay, in its domain in order to put us together. Right? All the games that are out there in the world is how our communication center got set up. Everything is in transport. It's constantly moving. I have a, let me see what Mr. Steele or Mrs. Steele wrote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 46. 1, 2, 3, 40. Yes, 1, 2, 3. And then once you begin with your 2 and 3, because once you can't do 1 and 2, but you can do 2 and 3 because 2 wraps itself around 3. It's the communication between A and B. You see, it's, I showed you this before. ABCD 10, ABC 6, BCD 9, ACD, I don't have B, ABD, I don't have C. So I don't have the creation at number 7, maybe because it is the creation, right? And I don't have B inside of here, the 2 houses, okay? Because the 2 houses are both in C and in D. Here, all of it, I live under the split sun, and that's why I don't have A. I'm in all the houses. Inside of this is 2, 2, and 22. This is 1, 1, 2, and 2, 2. The reason for that is the alignment of the dots. When you align these dots, this one, right, this one is not the same as the other one. They go in 2 different directions. And if you look at your calculator or the telephone, right, one direction moves by 2, the other direction moves by 4. So the house we're in, if we're under this side of the house or this side of the house, or if the house is constantly moving, right? The house is constantly moving. So we showed you how the ABC works. Now, the thing about BCD9 BCD9 is 2 times 3 times 4 equals to 24. 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 9. 24 and 9 is 33. We are the 110% of the halfway house. We are born and we are connected. We are 100 and we are 10%. 110% of 30 is 33. We are 0.555 in Celsius of our creation to equal to 33 degrees. Our crossing star of 5 is when you cross to create your tens, you will cross 3 times. 5, 10, 15, the letter O. O is for Mars, O is for 90. 4 by 90 for 360. Y is for Earth, 3 times 120. Why didn't I say there's 4 crossings? There's a crossing here for 2, and there's a crossing here for 2. That crosses over here once, twice, 3, 4 times. Why do I say 3? Because there's only 1 4 crossing, but there are 4 3 crossings. There's 1 4 crossing. There's only 3 3 crossing. Let me see what Jim Steele. Let me see that. Let me just go and see the dog for a minute. What are you doing? Hey, let's go see the other dog. Let me go get him. You're nice. How you doing? Hey. Guys, come on, guys. Anybody want a little cookie? Dex? Hey! Hey! Sit down! Here. You don't bark like that. You're lucky we have no McDonald's in the house. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Don't break your fingers. Don't break your fingers. Steele 5594 511 511 5557. I'm not really sure where you're going with that. I can't keep up right now. The numbers you're saying. Yes, okay. Right. So 64, right? If you use 2 numbers like 64, first of all, what I like about these numbers, one of the little stories from number 23, although it's A, B, C, it's B, C, D, where B and C will connect to both A, analog, and BC will connect to D, digital. Digital with 9, analog with 6. We connect the 10 star, we connect the 11 star. Your base 11 star, 3 and 8, and 2 and 9 in the heavens of birth. You end up to be the 3rd white horse. 5665, the white horse. 65 is white, 65 is horse. It's the 7th zodiac sign reverse. It's the 6th. Mars 51-6, Earth 52-7. Earth and Mars will be Virgo and Libra. Earth and Mars will be, let me do this again. Earth and Mars being the 5th and the 6th. The 5th is going to connect to the 8th. We're going to have Scorpio. We're going to have Libra. And we're going to have Virgo. We connect those 3 together and we rotate them. And one of the rotations I will move with them, we should have, it's a moving rotation, right? I'm going to explain this to you. That when your zodiac sign in Chinese astrology, okay, it's these differences that are dictating how things work. But in Chinese astrology, when you come into your zodiac sign 12 years later, you're actually in a time period of your zodiac sign, which runs a certain number. It possibly runs 9 years in your favor. and then it picks up a distance. You run under a subversive signs for 3 years. Why I say that, okay, or what happens is the signs will overlap, okay? Why I'm saying this is because let's say you're born in 1963 and you're the rabbit. Well, in 1975, you're still the rabbit. Except 19 and 63, 1 and 9, 10, 6 and 3, 9, okay? 9 and 1 equals to 1, right? But in 1975, you're going to equal to 4. You're not on the same plateau of zodiac signs. 1, 4, and 7, 1 and 7 partake in the same zodiac sign. 4 and 10 partake in the same zodiac sign. I'm going to explain it. Now, in 1987, right, 1 and 9 is 10, and 8 is 18, and 7 is 25. Now, I moved into number 7. I started off at 1, I went into 4, and now I'm into 7. Now I have taken the cube, and I flipped it over. The 1 was over here, the 4 was over here, the 7 was over here. Does that mean this cube is going from 1 into 4 into 7? See the way I used all these 3 here? 1 to 4 to 7 at the corner. Do you follow what I'm saying with this? The numbers are absolutely 100% moving. 1, 4, and 7. The rabbit runs under 1, 4, and 7. What zodiac sign are you? I'll tell you what you run under. It's a 36-year period. You run 1, 4, 7, and then you start your zodiac sign again. So let's start from the top. And not only that, I don't like to mix things up, but because Capricorn, right? Because Capricorn starts at midnight, would that also mean that the rooster would start at midnight? Because in the Chinese sign, right, the rooster crows between 5 and 6. So now I'm going to have to back the rooster up to midnight just for the equation, right? Hold on a second. What's going on? You want to go up? Yes, yeah, I'm waiting for my son to show up and then we're going to be done, although I'd like to go and do this all night. Yes, I'm doing okay. How you doing? Right? So before we were talking about 1313, how we had to separate this like this. This is number 33 for Earth. We had to separate the windows of Mars, but Mars doesn't go far away. What happens, because Mars is 2 by 2, this becomes the tesseract. The tesseract is one cube moving inside the other. So first, you see this, we're always going to be connected to 5. That means we connect to all the stars. So first I'm connected, you see, to 1, 2, 4, 5. Then I'm connected to 4, 5, 7, 8. Then I'm connected to 5, 8, 6, 9. Then I'm connected to 5, 6, 2, 3. Then I'm connected to 1, 2. So it's 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons. Boom, I started over my season. Summer, fall, winter, spring. Summer, fall, winter, spring. What if I just left it over here and spun it this way, right? Maybe the seasons wouldn't be so drastic, but no, we move all the way around instead of living this way. Or maybe we just do live this way and we spin right over here. If we did it that way, these 4 corners of this cube, right, would plug in here, 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 and here. That plug-in is 3476, the same numeric value as the moon. The other plug-in would be at 7.5 here and at 3.5 here. Every single one of those numbers tells me about the electric moon plugging into that star system. Plugging into 9/11, living on the cross. Living on the cross. Living on the cross, the hexagon cross. The Star of David is a hexagon cross. Now, I mentioned before, right, or I didn't, not today at least, that when the house is apart, right, this here, let me just take a look at it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is a 10 across, right? This is 5 and 5. This is 10 across. This is a 10 by 10 area. This one over here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, this is an 8. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, one's an 8, one's a 10. Maybe that's for October. You put the heart into the system, you bring it together, you become like this, you stand up, you come into life. You're awake. Here, there are 8 sides. The dog is number 26. 2 and 6 is 8. Dog goes for the stop sign. The inside, we have the cube. All the cubes are 6s. The cat is number 24. 2 and 4 and 6 divides the gate. Communication, 9 lives of the cat. In location. When the A and T come together, 21, that's your connection to your communication. 1.5 times the value in blackjack. The payout in blackjack is 1.5 times, and the same evaluation, okay, is going to be 3 to 2. 3 to 2, that again, BC, beta communication between A and D, analog and digital. It's a transformation in metrics. So like I said before, if you see number 46, the reduction of 46 is 23. I know there's been 2 big elections, okay? Out of the 47 presidents, there's been 2 elections that the exact replica happened. Benjamin Harris, 2 and 8. Kamala Harris, K11, 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 8. One was the 23rd. The other was to be, the one to be that's been was the 23rd. This one was Joe Biden at the 46, where she stepped in, showed the same numbers off. Their JB is 1 and 2, but I'm not getting to that aspect. I'm just getting to where the 23rd president, okay, that won against the president that was the 22nd president, the life, against the division, okay, the 24th president, okay, which was Grover Cleveland, 7337. Grover Cleveland. Right? Just give me a second. I have to go out for the dog. So what happens, the 23rd president, the 46th president, the 22nd president is the same thing as the 45th president. Let me write that down. The 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 45th, 46th, 47th. Everything moves up. Just give me a second. You want to go out? You want to go out? Yeah, very hard to concentrate. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, so when we show you this, right, here's the equation. As we move up 2 and 3, right, 4 and 6, 6 and 9, all by 23s. Also note that this is equivalent to 11. This is equivalent to 11, 11. 11 o'clock is the 23rd hour. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, 6 and 5, 11. This is also noted to be 11.5. The elections were on November 5th. So when this and this doubles up, this becomes 9, this becomes 11. From what is 4 and 6, 46, Zion, Israel, and the operator, now moves into, this is going to be your 9/11, your birth, okay? The beast, the fox, the beast, the fox and the beast. This is going to be the spade. This is going to be time. This is going to be the bull. This is going to be walk. When you reverse it, 74, it'll be energy. It'll be Jesus. It'll be on the cross. So this number over here, this president and this president were the same. This president and this president were the same. The evaluation between this and this apparently is the crossings of the pole, the gateway to your birth rotation, your life and your birth. And here, living at the seventh gate, the divided seventh gate. In between here and here is 7 and 8. In between here is only 7. When I mentioned earlier on 7 and 8 are when you come into creation, you come into creation through 1 and 2. That 1 and 2 that you come into creation as 6 is into the gateway of the heavens 8. You can't come here without being created. This 3 is an association of 1 and 2. I'm just trying to see where I am with this right now. Yeah, so that's where these numbers come in. This number over here, yes. So when you connect the wings, right, you remember this 1 and 2 creates the 3. This 7 and 8, 15 is like this 2 and 5. 2 and 3, 5. 7, 8, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 5 and 6, 11. Now, what was I going to say? Yes, they're each, when you crisscross each of them this way and this way, it comes 10, 10. That crisscross creates a bow tie. Let me just show you just one of the bow ties. One of the angled bow ties right over here. Angled bow ties. There's a bow tie here on this angle, a bow tie here on this angle. Not this bow tie. Not the same thing. This is 90 degrees on the 180 degree plane. This is the one this is a little bit different. I don't know how to explain this one right now. Yeah, so that 7 and 8, part of Saturn square is 7 and 8. It's the gateway. Yes, this is what I wanted to say. So when you're playing tennis, you have 6 and 9, 15, your birth and your life, where you end up picking up 2 moons, 6 and 2. You pick up the 2 moons of Mars, 6 and 1. You pick up the Earth moon. So now you're connected into here and into here. Look at the gap. I can now create. Let me see. Hold on a second. Here. Hold on. This. Just give me 1 second. This is going to be half an area space. It's going to be half an area space. It doesn't look very lovely right now, but I'm finished with it. You see the way it goes off into a distance? This is your 6 from corner to corner. This is the heart of the 6. Now, I don't really like the way the design is, but I can see it in my head right now. But there's a dimension that's going to go on with this. Do you follow what I'm saying? I needed to stretch out from the 6 area to get into the 7 and the 8 area because that's where you reside with those moons. So when you do that, your 7 and 8 is 15, your 9 and 6 is 15. That's a tennis move. Then after that, once you created that 4-gap gateway, you can connect your 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 10 here. This is your 14, and this is your 13. Your split of the alphabet is the 13th and the 14th letter. Your split of the alphabet. So you connect the same thing down here, your 1, 2, 3, 4. See these 4 areas here? That's a 10. This is a 15, and that's a 15. When you play tennis, it becomes 15, 15, 10. And each time you do that, you pass through the 5 area. 5, 10, 15, 20. E, 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 E. There's a few ways to calculate. There's the in-between 5s. There's the 5s that 5, 10, 15, 20. There's the 5, 14, 23, 32. There's 5 to the power of 2, and everything that's in between it'll be a different kind of 5. 5 times 5 times 5, or 5 to the power of 3, and then 5 to the power of 4, and we stop. It becomes the mirror. Whatever we do is just going to be inside the house or duplicating houses. We stop right there on the power of 4, right? But when we stop in the power of 4, now it's going to create the ring. The power of 5 is going to create this ring over here and one face. The power of 6 enlightens 4 to the ring and 2 to the pole. When you create the power, it's the power of 4 and then 2. Separate it with 4 and then 2. 3 of them will create the opposites when you're using 3 powers, like 5 times 5 times 5. Give me a second. The dogs are a little nutty out there. One, two, three, let's go. Interrupt, but you can't keep barking. You can't keep barking. You're not coming in? You want to come in? You want to come in? Denver? Ozzy? Dexter? You want to come in or no? Okay, stay on, stay on, stay on, stay on. Let me have a glass of water and recalibrate. Let me have a little glass of water and recalibrate. I found that I ended up going all over the place tonight, not happy with my performance. So we talked about what happened with the 23rd president. Number 46, okay, is also going to create a derivative that is going to connect to the moon because of its multiplication, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4. A 6 by 4 will create a connection through the E world between 4 and 6, okay, between Mars and Saturn. The multiplication and addition, which the multiplication will create 6 by 4, 24, and that's going to create a division, okay, between 6 and 8. When you create a division between 6 and 8, because both sides of the equation are 1 cube over here, 1 cube over here, 6 and 6, right? And when it's 4 around 8, so it's 12 and 8, right? It's 4 around and 6 cubes. You remember the 6 and 4 we were talking about? Wow, I think I'm getting a little tired early tonight. Yeah, I don't know where I just lost myself for some reason. At the dogs, yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to just like stop this right now. There's people coming over. I can't concentrate right now. Maybe hold on, just maybe give me 2 seconds for a breather, because I mentioned like 10 different things. I mentioned that we lived a half-life. If we lived a half-life, our life is based on 60 seconds. So therefore, if we are based on the half-life, we are 30. But we are 110% of 30 because of the 10 star, and we get communication from elsewhere. So we become 110%, moving up to 33. Now, if we were at 33, can we rank that through the records where they have the 33 RPM? Right? And along with the 33 RPM, we also have the 45 RPM. So it might be a 33 RPM inside the 45 RPM. 2 notes that all the numbers on this face total 45. That when you add them up, it's 45. When you divide it by the 9, it equals to a 5 average. So it's the birth eye in the star system connected E world. That is the E letter. You cross through it 3 times. There's 4 different crossings, but because you are asleep at one time, right, we're only going to count 3 of 4, and there's going to be 4 of those combinations. When you pass through the 5 3 times, 3 times 5 equals to 15. The 15th letter is the letter O. So I believe when you're singing the national anthem, right? Oh, say, can you see? Well, you're actually talking about the house of Mars, the 9 birth, born between Mars and Earth. So yeah, so maybe I'm just going to end it right now. I do appreciate it. I'm really like drowning in like, I can't believe like 2 people here, although the 2 best people are always here. In fact, anybody that, no, I'm just showing you my other one. Anytime one person shows up, those are the best people. The ones that don't show up, okay, it's because of AI. AI has been against me. I think I'm going to take a breather. Like tomorrow, I'm extremely busy. I'm going to see what else is on my agenda. I just wanted to say what I spoke about at the beginning of this video is that Capricorn, okay, sorry, not Capricorn, is because Aries, right? There's two things with Aries and Capricorn. It's that Capricorn shows me it starts at midnight. Midnight is right here at the top here. But Aries is supposed to be at the top here, right? Because it's the first sign. Is it because of the tilt that Capricorn and midnight that's happening is not happening here? The midnight that's happening is happening here. If the Earth has a 23.5 degree tilt, that means it has 156.5 to the 180 degree mark, and 180 equals to 336.5. Wow, the 12th moon. 336 is the 12th moon. In between the 12th moon. When you land on the E, right, it's an in-between area. When you land on the 5, right, that's a square. When you land right on a number, it's because it got squared. Anything squared will land right on a number. But when it's not squared, let's say this is the 33 angle, the 45 angle is this way, the 45 record, and the 33 record is going to hit you to 78. 45 is going to passage. 33, I like to say, is our birth in the sun system. You remember I said at the beginning, I mentioned at the beginning, so the ram, right? The ram is showing me the flow with those curved horns. The Taurus, right? You remember I said, so what happens is the Aries is going to be up here. The Taurus is going to be here and here. So with the Aries, you're going to be awake in the sun. Okay, with the Taurus, you're going to be sleeping on the 180 degree plane. It's going to take up the moons of Mars. I'm just trying to see what I wrote here. Just let me see what I wrote. I have 3 books open, so I want to see what I wrote at the end. Yes, I want to see what I wrote at the end of my last book. Reorganizing the alphabet. When you restructure the alphabet, because it was 26 plus us, right? The extra 10, the numbers. You put 26 and 10, and you create 360 degrees. So I reset the alphabet to 36. That was one of them. Okay, here's the other one. That with 111 minutes is 1 hour, 51 minutes. With 222 minutes, it's 1 hour, sorry, with 200, what in the world is going on here? Let me write that down. 200, well, I don't know why it says 1, that's a complete mistake. 111 minutes is 1 hour, 51 minutes. 2 hours, okay, is going to be 222 minutes is going to be 3 hours, will be 180 and 42 minutes. 333 will equal 6 hours for, whoop, it's a mistake. 333 5 times 60 is 333. 5 hours, 33. 444 minutes over here gives me 7 hours is 420 plus 24. 724, my day right over here. This will be the reflection of this one over here. This one and this one will be reflection. This, okay, is a bird and this is a fish. Sorry, I don't want to put that as the fish. I'm going to put it as the fish now. The fish and the bird. And then when you get to 555, right? Because once you get the 6 on the cube, You can no longer count number 1. The extremity of everything, right? 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4 creates all 7s. That means you lose on each side, right? But when you have the anything else combinated, the 6 can't go with the 1, the 2 can't go with the 5, the 3 doesn't go with the 4, right? If you want to win this game, the 6 has to go with the 5. There's different ways to win the game of craps to understand it. What is the opposites of each other in the game? So when you get to 555 minutes, you get 540 and 15. Look at that, 9:15. Your birth rotation at 5:55. Now what is this? Take a look. 3 hours, 42 minutes, 6. 1 hour, 51 minutes, 6. 333 minutes, 33, 6. 444 minutes, 24, 6. 353, 5 hours, 555 minutes, 9:15. I have the 15 here. I have the 51 here on the 2, okay, of the 42. And on the 444, I got the 24. So 2 and 4 come together. 1 and 5 come together. 3 stays with its own at 33. We live in the house of 333, the pig's house. Storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this house we're thrown. Right? All these songs, we're telling a story of how we're advancing in life. We're singing the song the Creator gave to us. We're doing the things that are in the script. It is all written in the script. In the air you breathe. When you go into a room and you feel that music and shut your eyes, you will have imagery within inside your head if you want to connect. I do it, I know. It's like the greatest thing in the world. You know, it's like you're high on something and you're not, but you are. You're high on the vibration of the creation. Drop it. You coming in or not? Oy, 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 eh? Oy, oy. You know, I can sit here all night, right? So for those of you who just stepped in here, octagon, a dog is 8, an octagon an 8. A cat is 6, a hexagon is 6. When you come into the game, I have an open heart. You see that? The way you're on the Mayan, the way the Mayan show it, like that. You ever see the Mayan? Take a look at their work. I do this over here. See how I move from in between the cubes? This is my sine wave. See when all the cubes, this cube comes together? When I'm awake, the cubes, they squeeze together and I'm awake. When I go to sleep, I squeeze them back this way and then the cubes come like that. I'm 8. I'm 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Over here, I'm going to have 3, 4, 3, 4, 77. It's all about 3 and 4. Everything you want to calculate, that is the only separation. There's a separation of 1 in between these two. Now, I mentioned something before, but I didn't fulfill the gap in which is right over here. When we're using this to connect, to understand this, if we're not creating the star, we are not using the 45-degree angle. Therefore, we're passing on the roadway. We're using a 0.5. Okay, now which 5 is the real 5? Which is the whole 5, right? And which is the halfway 5? Because when we get to the halfway point, we end up with 3 numbers. And what I'm saying is take a good look at this, remember it. When I cross 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, I'll pass through here. When I create 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, I pass through here. But what's ironic is when you're creating, right? When you're creating the 1 and 8, the 2 and 7, my next creation jumps here onto this side because the 1 and 2 partake here, and this is the reflection. I didn't go 1, 2, right? I didn't use up all these numbers. I had to jump into this zone because these two began to create here. Then once this creates here, its reflection is here. And if you see this is a wing formation or an L formation, there's a checker piece. I don't remember which the checker piece is, but it moves 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It moves all around the 5. That's the boot. When I use the Lamed letter, it's because I put two of them overlapping each other. The other one, oh yes, that's what it is. Let me see. Let me see if I can write this down. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. Okay, I got it. Oh, I got it. I remember now. Oh, I'm so happy. Uh, 9, 8, 5, 2, 1, and then this one is 7, 4, 5, 6, 3. This is what I just did. I went down here and here, and I went up here and here. Are there two areas in here? Is it shared? I don't know. We have an offense and a defense in hockey, baseball, and in different sports. Sometimes the team only interact, like in baseball, a certain way. Sometimes it's hockey, they're against each other. In hockey, it's not like football where one team starts with the ball. It's not like baseball where one team starts with the ball. Hockey, they drop the puck and they chase it down between them. There is no you lose the ball to the other team. There is no outs. You're playing really against the clock, although you're playing the clock in football and basketball. Oh yes, basketball, the same thing as sort of hockey is. Basketball, you have a 3-point play beyond the arc. You have the regular 2-point play, call that ball the lunar ball going into the Mars hoops, right? That's the way I like to look at it, like the cue ball, right? Lunar ball going into the Mars hoops. In pool, the black ball and the white ball might also be acting like maybe one of Mars moons, okay, and the Earth moon cue. I'm not really sure which way I would relate to that. I also spoke about 13.5, right? I also spoke about the ace, okay, the sun. The number 29, oh yes, we definitely have to use the number 29, right? We have to understand that 29. I'm going to get to that one time because I'm going to be trying to brush this up and end this. Let me take a look. Let me read this. I got to back it up. Let me tell you one thing. What you just said, I think, Ami, or was it sounds good? This is an unbelievable feeling when you know. I mean, if I can just eliminate places that I have to or don't want to be or do want to be, and I need I need the utmost pure concentration to be able to get this done. Okay, I need to be able to go down. I don't need any dams in the flow of the currency. Right? Whether the currency is electric or, electric currency, which actually what it is that flows in the doghouse. So the information flows within the house. The doghouse is the carrier of the information. So when I was talking, when you connect at 4.5, it's because you cross through here. When you connect at 5.5, you cross through here. Crossing through 5.5 of StarNet or SkyPass is going to create all these 11s, right? This one and this one. When you create this 11, it's also 5.5. But when you create this 11, the 4, 7, 11, right? The 4, 7, 11, you're going to pass also at 5.5. 4 plus 1.5, 7 minus 1.5, 4 plus 1.5 equals to 5.5. The same thing here between 6 and 3. 3 plus 1.5, 6 minus 1.5 equals 4.5 equals 4.5. So look, let's look at it. 1 over to 8, 7 over to 2. 1 plus 3.5 equals 4.5. 8 minus 3.5 equals to 4.5. Now, 7, okay, minus 2.5 or 2 plus 2.5 equals to 4.5. Now, the same thing. Do you follow what I'm saying? So all these 11s and all these 9s, it's absolutely magical math. It's magical math. Magical math. Unbelievable the way the story is told. Now, when I run 1 through 6 or 2 through 5 or 3 and 4, when I run 3 through 4, it's 3.5. 2 through 5 is 3.5, and 1 through 6 is 3.5, where 1 plus 2.5 equals 3.5, okay, where 2 plus 1.5 equals 3.5, and where 6 minus 2.5 equals 3.5, and when I use 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 1.5 will connect me to where the 2, 3, 4 vibration is in Saturn square, okay? It's also going to connect the Roman numerals, and it's also going to connect 2, 3, 4 in the lower world is what is 8, 7, 6 in the upper world, right? And all it's just unbelievable that now if I connect number 13, right, which is 9 and 4 equals to 13, right? What we pass through here, 9 and 4, is we're going to pass 6.5, right? We're going to go to 6.5, so it's 4 plus 2.5 equals to 6.5, right? And it's 9 minus 2.5 equals to 6.5. 9 plus 4 is 13. 9 minus 2.5 is 6.5. 4 plus 2.5 is 6.5. Now when I go 8 over to 5, okay, it's minus 1.5. 5 plus 1.5 equals 6.5. I'm going to end this because I feel somebody's coming to the door, okay? So you can see in the lower house, right, the lower house, 1.5, right, was with number 2. The 1.5 was at number 2, so when I go to the 1.5 in the upper house, where did I use the 1.5 in the upper house? Here, 4 plus 1.5 in the upper house. In the lower house, I use 6 minus 2.5, 1 plus 2.5. In the upper house, I use 4 plus 2.5. So here's how I match my houses up. And it's because of this magical machine. So we're going to end this now. Thank you all for being here. Let's share this. Let's put this out there. Let's bring us together. We need to bring, okay, we need to awaken those who want to learn the missing pieces and parts. If you're looking for the Lord, if you're trying to understand how the zodiac works, that all the zodiac signs work together, but in different realms, it's all split up. I can help all of us together. We can help put this system together so we can understand, where is this God of yours? Where is this God of yours? Where is creation? We're going to see that it's a perfect creation. It needed a computer. When people start to see it absolutely needed a computer, okay, they will start to begin that the Lord, the Creator, has been transparent with us, but it's hidden. It's so close to us. It's the truth in something, the only Bible in the world that's good for the offense as well as the defense, and every age range lets use from those who can have logical and rational thinking. It's right here. It doesn't cost anything. The College of the Universe are the games you find at Toys R Us. It's what you find at the Book Center. It's the observations of the difference and the analytics. And it's all those hearts who come together to understand that we have been created. We are ancient. I am ancient one, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you. We are coming to the best of times. Thank you for watching this video. If you can seriously help this channel, check out my link at the beginning, my PayPal me at Mr. Tacpans 7286. It'll truthfully help me at every moment in the year. Thank you, because I'm dedicated, and this is it. Let's share this. And GG, if you're out there, let's take